Welcome to episode 7 of the 1001 Movies podcast. This time I'll be talking about the 1975 Bollywood crime drama, Deewaar.
Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Shiv Shankara Mangalam Brahmadevascha Mangalam Sarvam Bhuvam.
Deewaar has the distinction of being one of the few Indian films to make the list in 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die, and it's likely the only title on the list to qualify as a Bollywood film. Before I start talking about it, I need to make one thing clear. I have never seen a single Bollywood film, and my experience of Indian cinema has been pretty much limited to watching Slumdog Millionaire, which hardly qualifies as an Indian film. To me, Bollywood has always been about singing and dancing with a little action thrown in, and while Deewaar isn't really an exception to this, it opened up my eyes to maybe dipping my toe into the proverbial pool of Bollywood cinema. I'll get back to my thoughts soon enough. Deewaar, which translates into English as The Wall, is about two brothers, Vijay and Ravi, whose father was shunned as a labor leader after he gave in to members of organized crime when they threatened to kill his wife and children. Disgraced, he leaves his family behind to fend for themselves in the streets of Bombay. The family of three barely makes enough money to scrape by, and eventually younger brother Ravi enrolls in the police force, while Vijay becomes involved in the criminal underworld that was indirectly responsible for the family's poverty in the first place. Of course, some predictable conflicts arise between the brothers, which culminate in a tragic conclusion to the story. Director Yash Chopra is one of India's most popular directors, and he began his career making films with his brother until he decided to form his own studio in 1973. Deewaar was his 8th film, and he would go on to direct and produce films until his death in 2012. However, perhaps the name most associated with Deewaar is Amitabh Bachchan, the actor who played Vijay in the film. Bachchan remains one of Bollywood's most popular actors, with his rugged good looks, not to mention magnificent acting chops. IMDb credits him with 198 acting roles, and Western audiences may know him from the 2013 version of The Great Gatsby. Although Bachchan was in a number of movies before Deewaar, it's the film that he's known for the most, and it practically skyrocketed him to stardom in India. Deewaar was critically acclaimed in India when it was released and won 7 Filmfare Awards, which is the Indian equivalent of the Oscar. These included Best Film, Best Director for Yash Chopra, Best Actor for Amitabh Bachchan, and Best Supporting Actress. It's more or less available for audiences now on Blu Ray if you know where to find it, which is unfortunate because it would be a wonderful introduction to Bollywood cinema for most film buffs that would normally be skeptical of the genre, myself included. So, what did I think of it? I knew this film had to have something going for it, otherwise it wouldn't have made the list, but Bollywood cinema seemed to me to be all about shrill musical numbers, bright colors, and terrible acting. I'm not going to lie to you. Deewaar has 2 out of 3 of these, and I have to admit I facepalmed when, about half an hour into the film, Ravi and his girlfriend broke into a romantic love song that seems horribly misplaced, along with the film's other 2 musical numbers, among the otherwise compelling drama. The direction and tone of the film reminded me of a melodramatic soap opera, with actors blocked so that they're always facing the camera and dramatic chords being struck every time a dramatic plot twist is revealed. Chopra's direction is also very over the top, with a number of quick zooms in and out in characters' faces, ostensibly to create dramatic tension that may have worked in Bollywood films in 1975, but seemed dated and ridiculous to me. The look and feel of the film reminded me of the Mario Bava films of the same decade, although, believe it or not, Bava is pretty toned down compared to the direction in Deewaar. The script and story, however, are superb. I was initially intimidated by the running time, which is just under 3 hours, but never once found myself looking at the clock, except maybe during those musical numbers I mentioned. The action scenes are also very well done, my favorite being when Vijay fights a gang of hired thugs in a garage. Although the film left me satisfied, I did come away from it wondering if musical numbers and overly dramatic camera shots are a requisite of every Bollywood film, and given time, I may seek out more of them, despite the intimidating selection available. Now that's all I have to say about Deewaar, but join me next time when I talk about Lars von Trier's 1996 film, Breaking the Waves.